great it's going to work.
Okay.
But
It remains to be seen.
okay.
There's always surprises every day. You see that, Patricia?
Yeah, I know. This has been a month for me. I know personally. I don't even want to go into the details since day one.
How about a year? Sometimes it's a month. What about when it's a year?
It feels like it's a year already this month. I don't want to go into it because it's going to put me in a very evil mood. Sorry.
Well, now we just will revel in the joy of poetry, right?
Yeah, I'm so glad it's the 31st and tomorrow's February. So thank you, God.
Amen.
Hi, Harvey. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Billy,
Hi.
Amy, Gary. Susan, you made it.
I
You
did.
made it.
I did.
Yay.
Oh.
Hey, Pam, how you doing?
Okay,
Okay.
good. How are you?
Okay. Where's Uriah? Okay. So anyway, I'm going to have David go first. First of all, this is what we're going to do. We're going to begin with about 12 openers, whoever shows up. And then we're going to have features 1 and 2. Then we're going to have a 15-minute break. When Roxy comes back, we're going to have feature 3 and the rest of the open. So, David, you want to go first?
So I'll be going second because I know another relative is zooming in, like just in the middle.
Okay.
Yes, I'd like to go first. Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I don't see Soraya yet.
Yeah, I need to go early also,
I know. I got your message. I can
Yeah.
have you read number 1 in the
Whatever.
open because we start with the open.
Yeah, I apologize to everyone. I'm not feeling well, so I'm just not going to be able to stay around long.
There's a lot of illnesses
Pam, it's
going
okay if you
around.
go number 2. Are you
I'm
okay
sorry,
with
what
that?
is that, Patricia?
Are you okay with going number 2?
Sure.
Okay. And then we'll
I'll
have Zora,
text
which
her
comes on
now
to
to
number
let
3.
her know.
Okay.
Um,
Ernest is back. Hi, Ernest. Welcome back. Hey, Dawn. At least my hands are warming up.
Hi, Carrie.
Hey, guys.
The heat's getting a little stronger, thank God.
Mm-hmm.
It's been freezing my tuchus off.
Yeah, it's still kind of cold outside to do the steps.
It's really bad. They don't shovel here. Here they shovel. Mandami said he was going to shovel. They shoveled the crosswalks and the bus stops, only to have the plows come down the road, the trucks with the plows, to push the snow right back where it came from.
Hi, Donald.
Hi. They should get one of those Canadian trucks. They really know how to plow the snow.
Like the sidewalks are like teeny tiny. It's like we're fighting, trying to.
Hi, Billy.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
I'm a newbie.
Welcome.
Donna, how is it in New Jersey?
The roads are fine. But it's freezing. It's just, just like where you are, it's freezing. But the roads are good. You can drive and everything. It's not bad.
And walking are the streets plowed well enough?
Yeah, they are.
That's great.
But it's so cold that it's not melting and it's icy. It's just
No, that's ice is no good. That's
no
a problem.
No.
Well,
So Rick wants to go early. Okay, Rick wants to go. So I'll have to make life easier for me with the.
Hello. Hi, Patricia.
Hi, Canada. How's it up there in Canada with the snow?
Very cold. And in Toronto, we got cold from the north and cold from the south. We got the American coming across the Lake Ontario, and the Arctic came from the north. We had the most snowfall in about 20 years.
Jesus. But you got that great snow piles up there.
Yeah.
We need them down here because
yeah,
what's the sense of shoveling?
We had a lot of We had a lot of snow, but we were ready for it. I mean, they always are ready for it. That's the usual, but it was just a lot.
Hi, Charles.
Howdy.
Hi, Suzanne. I don't know if she heard me.
Where's Zoraya? Where's Zoraya? I don't see her yet.
How is her name pronounced, Patricia?
It's not the best. Roxy, what's her name? How do you pronounce her name? Zoraya?
It's Zora.
Zora. Okay.
Zora. Okay. I don't see her yet.
Hi, Amy.
Hi, everybody. Amy's here. Suzanne, Charles, hi. Lynn's here. Barbara, Ruth's here. All the Zadboods are here. Teresa's here. Good. Tony's here. Hi.
There's the gallery. There's everybody. Hello.
Shazad's here. Thank you.
Patricia, you said you're live streaming this for people to watch
I'm not
afterwards?
live. I can't talk to Roxanne. I think she is.
Okay. Just because I know some people.
It says on everybody's Zoom screen that it's being recorded and that it's live. If you look at your screen, it actually says it.
Yes, I saw that. Okay, great. Because I know some people registered and
Okay,
then
but
wrote
if-
that they couldn't go.
Right, but it's only accessible for people who have paid and registered.
Right. No, that I know. I told them as long as they registered, they can.
Thanks, guys. You got a lot of our people coming. Yeah. Very busy. We had like over 46 people signing up.
Oh,
Wow.
so is everybody going to talk about Minnesota?
I
No.
wrote a poem about it though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can read
You
it.
can read
Yeah.
it.
It's just incredible what's going on. It's being allowed. I don't
Yeah.
understand why Tim Walz doesn't send in the National Guard.
Huh.
I just sent Zora a text, so hopefully she'll see it.
Yeah.
I
Very
mean, he's so
lively.
concerned about his citizens. He should protect them.
Yeah. Trump will then send in the military.
Yeah.
You don't want to escalate.
Right.
I mean, I only wish I was still a
I
prosecutor.
think he's sending the National Guard everywhere.
Well,
Well, I thought the idea of pouring water all over near the cars so that it would freeze was a really good idea. That's not a weapon, but it's a good way to help people slip.
Here. John is here, by the way. Therese, John Mack is here.
Oh, Patty, did you see
Oh,
that
good.
Carrie wanted to read early?
Who?
Carrie wanted to read
Oh,
early.
I'm going from one thing now. I'm getting like private messages.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, I mean, I can't be at 3 places at the same time. I got like messages come from
Yeah,
Therese.
so people should just speak up rather than put it in.
Yeah, I mean, give me a break.
Hi,
Carrie,
Danny.
okay.
Zora's on.
Zora's here. Okay. Zora?
Hello.
Hi. How you doing? Okay, so let me just give you the lowdown. We're gonna start with about 12 openers, and then we're gonna have features 1 and 2. That is David Duffy and Pamela Laskin. And we're gonna break 15 minutes, and then when Roxy comes back on, Zora, you're gonna be reading. Remember, it's 15 minutes, guys. 15 minutes.
For the features.
Not 20. Okay. And after you read, the third feature, we're going to have the rest of the open. And how many people do we have so far? Try to keep it to like 1 poem because we're going to get more. I think we're going to get more people. We have like 31. How many people we have already?
50 people registered.
Yeah. So I would just, try to keep it to 1 poem within 3-minute limit. Okay.
I'd say closer to
Un-
2.
un- under 3 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes, okay. I
We're
said
not
under
going to get
3.
to
Well,
everyone.
that's okay, under 3, under 2. Two. I'm tired. So let me just put down Carrie has to go. So here's the lowdown. Harvey, Rick, and Carrie, and then I'm gonna have Elizabeth Moss. Peter Kozlowski's not here. Karen's gonna be late. Ron Bremer here?
Not yet.
Okay, Caroline's here. Charlie's here. Amy's here. Phil's not here. Tammy Smith, is there Tammy Smith here?
Not yet.
Okay, we'll wait. We wait until, what time do you want to do it? It's like quarter
I
after?
think we can start at 2:10. We got a lot of people to go, so let's start at 2:10.
2:10?
The
Okay,
features are here. We can start.
okay.
So 3 minutes.
No, keep it to 2.
No, I said we're going to start in 3 minutes.
Oh, okay,
2:07.
so-
It's 2:07 and we're going to start.
Yeah, okay.
right after.
Yeah, right. I was looking at my clock here. Just let me get my phone here. And Sense and Sensibility is coming back on tomorrow. I'll just put the link in the box. Oh, I can't take this. This is crazy here.
Patricia, how many minutes did you want us to read today?
2 minutes.
2
One
minutes,
poem.
please. We got too many people. Keep
2
it to
minutes,
one
one
poem.
poem.
Okay.
We have a very big turnout.
I think this is 2 minutes.
Okay, we're starting in 1 minute.
Including this for Sense and Sensibility.
And Patty has a new book out.
Oh,
Have you read it?
jeez. Yeah, I was gonna mention, I already put, the copies are coming around the February 10th. This is my, what do you call that? The proof copy.
But you can order it from Amazon now.
Yeah, I already put the link in the bio, in the thing here. I'll do it again. It's there, in case anybody wants to look at it.
Good. Thank you.
These are all Patricia's jazz-inspired poems. Okay, it's 2:10. We're ready to go.
Okay, ready? I just put the thing again. Hello, welcome to Brownstone Poets, first of the year. Happy 2026. It's been a month. Oh God, after 2025, 2026, we need help. But we got poetry here. We got fabulous features in the house. We got David Duffy, Pamela Laskin, Zora Zadbod. Hello, everybody, and we got the open mic. We're not going to get hit with snow on tomorrow, thank God. And the weather's going to get warmer next week, even though I canceled my vascular surgery. Okay, just the rules. We're going to start with the first 12 open micers. Since we got so many people in the house, please keep it 2 minutes, no more. One poem, 2 minutes max, because we got a lot of people here. We're gonna start with the first 12, and then we're gonna have features 1 and 2. That would be David and Pamela, and then we're gonna have a 15-minute break. And then when Roxy comes back, we're gonna have Zora read, and then the rest of the open. And we have the chat room that's for positive comments. We don't want any negativity here. There's enough negativity outside our windows. There's plenty going on. You know the internet, you know the world. Keep it positive. If you have any books or any upcoming readings, please post them, and only give positive comments, because we're here to share love and not deal with what's going on in the world. You know what I mean? So the open list here, these people have to go first. We have Harvey Sauce, Rick Spisick, Carrie Radner, Elizabeth Moss, Peter Kozlowski, I don't know, Kara Newberg, Ron Bremer, Caroline Giovanni, Charlie Cobean, Amy Barone, Phil Linz, Tammy Smith, Barbara Fishkin, Larissa Smilo, okay, and Jack Cooper. Okay, take it away, Harvey Sauce. And everybody, please mute. If you're not speaking, please mute. Thank you.
First, let me apologize for not being able to stay to hear most of you. I just slipped out of bed and have to slip back in. This is something that I wrote a few minutes ago during the intermission, called Forget the Lola of What Lola Wants, Lola Gets. What Elon wants, Elon gets. I turned down an offer from Elon Musk to have his baby. Wrong gender, I say, it can't be done. Fending off his efforts to try anyway, the master of crypto willing it so. I point out that I have a penis where a vagina would be and advise him on the ABCs of human reproduction. With a Hitlerian salute in my direction, he orders me to become pregnant, the mothers of his children just hanging around upside down in banyan trees, a cluster of vampire bats whose eyes never leave the aorta throbbing in my neck, baring their fangs and arguing in my direction that some of them were men once too. Having left my sharpened stake behind, I run screaming into the night, careful not to slip on the ice. The richest man in the world apparently after my ass, leaving me jazzing out Mardi Gras' protective spell of feet don't fail me now, feeling the fear, if not the child, growing in me.
Thank you, Harvey. Next up, Rick. Unmute and share.
Thank you so much. While I normally do a lot of political stuff, next month is month of February, month of love. So I'm going to give you something a little sexy, a little racy to change the political mood. This is called Bee's Knees. Pretty as you please. Not one, not two, not three. You've got six to admire and wonder there. Yes, sirree, that's the fire. Not just delicate, lovely, and shiny, and then right above them, that yellow velvet stripy hiney, made for scurrying from petal to petal, blessed with more curves than a comic book's heavy metal. Now, I'm not talking about a bouncing bee behind, not the kind of average, well, let's not be savage, behind's a behind. But let these cutesy bees' knees, if you please. It's positively anti-allergenic, if you know what I mean. Because driving all that shaking, guiding that heady dance is a beautiful mind that came from study and spirit, my friend, not by chance. The bees' knees.
Thank you. Next up, Carrie. Unmute and share.
Hey, everybody. This is called ICE Agent Secret Manifesto, which I don't believe in, but it just came out like this. Yeah. I challenge everyone. They said I was born a bully in training. I'm a true red-blooded American in a purple state. Simple bloodlust of catching animals is no fun anymore, and everyone carries a gun with them, and the crowds are so loud and crazy, and I don't understand poetry or politics. So even when everyone is crazy, not me, we will keep order. So the illegals will be taken care of and put away, and the undesirables are not welcome, and the government is a bit hairy, but they put food on my table. and I lock up everything up safe, my valuables, my kids, my wife. I challenge everyone. I'm perfect for this job, even though I am an asshole. Thank you.
Love it. Elizabeth, please unmute and share. Thank you, Carrie, and one of my editorial team members. And now we have another newbie in the block, Elizabeth Morris. Welcome and share.
Years together. A white moon stain marks the morning sky. Yellow topaz light streams through the trees. You never would have come on this walk, although you always brought coffee. Back then, I held your fingers as we walked to your car, you telling me about distant streets and mosques. These were the fingers that cut, that healed, after you told patients with gunshot wounds to hope. You were astonished when I told you we would have to live separately. Your too many trips to Atlantic City. You did the pro bono work I asked you not to do, and the pandemic killed you. You were kinder than me, more self-sacrificing. You gambled with everything. Light and dark, stars and moons. In love with excitement, you were unfaithful to me. When you were young, the streets of Istanbul enticed you to wander. A trauma surgeon, you secured a residency in the States. Had to leave, they said, because you partied with the wrong party. As a medical student, you spent way too much time at the Soviet embassy. Now I think of you here on the path by the river, 10 years together and 10 years apart. I held your fingers as we walked to your car. For so many years, I've loved you.
Beautiful. Okay. Next up, we have, I don't see Peter or Karen. I'm going to have Ron Bremen. After Ron, we're going to have Caroline, Charlie, Amy. And that's it for now. Okay. We'll see who else is in. Take it away, Ron Bremer.
Okay. And I want to say I've been very fortunate with my new book. My 10th collection has sold, I think, 5 copies in only 4 months. I'm really excited, and I think with a little luck, I may actually reach 7 or 8 copies sold by the end of 2026. But here I'm going to do something that's not in the book, that was written this morning at the Write Group Free Write. Once a poor bee had the effrontery, or else just the bad luck, to buzz around the ear of my Spitz dog Samantha. Before you could say Jack Robinson, a snap of dog jaws made that bee disappear. There is a moral to this dog tale. It may be not to buzz near the ear of the wrong creature, else you'll not have time to be sorry. And if you can't discern which creatures may be wrong, perhaps it is best not to buzz at all. Thank you and have a pleasant day.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Fabulous, my buddy. Okay, Caroline from Canada. We're next. You're next.
Hello, and thank you, everyone. Of course, I've been watching all the news, and I couldn't resist having to write a few. So I'll write one that is sort of midway between the really terrible ones and trying to be hopeful. Moral compass. Armed men marched down the street, guns at the ready, through towns and cities, neighborhoods with houses, children playing outside, in Iran and Gaza, in Minneapolis and Chicago, Sudan and South Sudan. Masked men aiming to capture and control, grab young girls for pleasure, women as transactions in Nigeria and Florida, in Syria, and Manhattan, apparently unstoppable by morality. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, next up, we're gonna have Charlie Cobain and then Amy Barone. Is there Barbara Fishkin here? Let me see. No, I don't see her here. So at the Barbara Fishkin, we're gonna have Jack Cooper and John McMullen and Edward Galt. Okay.
Barbara is signed in.
Barbara's here?
Yeah, she's here.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay. Charlie, please unmute and share.
All right. Here's a poem. I keep a new poem, but I keep working on it. So it's new every week. It's called Tonight She Rises. Tonight she rises on a new shore, breath white as orchids or no breath at all. Or perhaps it is an old shore I see with new eyes and call by a name we'd laughed and made up long ago. She smiles, and one side of her mouth curls first before the other, a crooked smile, and no one can resist. And I feel her there in front of me again, hold her small breasts in my hands, and cannot remember why I ever let go until night fades, and I do. So much is past, and memory rains down like a squall of arrows, and there's no shelter from it. And when promise closes over like a hole in the ice, what then are we left with but this? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Beautiful. Okay. Lovely. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have Amy Barone. After Amy is gonna be Barbara Fishkin, Jack Cooper, John McMullen, Edward Galt, and Joni and Cindy. Okay. Take it away, Amy.
Okay. This poem is from my upcoming book, Tree Songs. Should be out in the summer. Secret Forest. In the foothills of the Catskill Mountains, below Cairo's abandoned sandstone quarry, a few hours from New York City, sits a prehistoric forest with rocks and fossils roughly 385 million years old. Where dinosaurs may have traipsed, scientists walk through ancient trees' rare roots, safeguarding a delicate space as they delve into the age of plants and trees in one of the world's oldest woodlands, preserving one of Earth's treasures, unsullied by human hands. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, next up, okay, we're gonna have Barbara Fishkin. Unmute and share. She here?
She's here.
Okay, Barbara.
She wrote a note in the chat saying she is off camera. She just had surgery.
Okay, okay, so she's just here to listen. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. Jack Cooper and John McMullen. Jack, unmute and share.
This is a sort of ars poetica. It's called Ever Since. Dapple the early leaves, silken seconds of the rain. Heart beats beneath, across the avenue below. The red umbrella, euphoria wants to see. Ever since. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, John McMullen, you want to unmute and share?
This was written last year and then it was updated this year. It's a disgrace. 7162 is my father's NYPD shield. It may have been his father's too. When in uniform, it was for people arrested to see. When in plain clothes, the shield had to be shown for interrogations or arrests, and the rest of the officer would appear in court. When I was in the Army, my name tag appeared on my clothes. I could be easily identified. In short, we had no secret police in the United States of America. No armed government officials. Government officials are identifiable and may be held responsible for their actions. Until now, each night on television we see masked ICE agents with no visible identifications arresting and sometimes beating or even shooting supposed illegal immigrants or terrorists. This is not the United States of America that 3 generations of McMullins and millions of others put on uniforms for. It's a disgrace. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay. Edward Galt, unmute and share, and then after Edward, I don't see Joni, but Cindy's here and Gear Austin. Okay, Edward, unmute and share.
Okay, thank you. This poem is called Eviction. Eviction. The lawyer was silhouetted against the light from the window behind the judge. I remember him hoisting his file-sized cabinet briefcase, a burly hand gripping the handle. It was a big hand. I represent landlords in their claims against tenants, he said. I could not see his face, just a hand and that big briefcase. A woman stood at the bar, a little girl in tow, her hair held back with a heart barrette. She explained that she had lost her job, but she was doing everything she could to pay the rent. She said that she even sold her car to pay the landlord what she owed him. She said this a number of times at the trial, but she didn't have a cabinet-sized briefcase. She had small, delicate hands and a small voice, and a soft voice. Soft voices weren't being heard in the court that day. Thank you very much.
Okay. A few more people before we start with the with the features. I don't see Joni. Cindy and Gear, please, Cindy, unmute and share. Congratulations. Congratulations on your new book, everybody. Amy and Cindy and Ron. Cindy? Cindy, you're next. Cindy, you're muted. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I realize that. I have a sinus infection, so it's hard to read, but I'm going to read just a quick haiku. You probably all heard it already. I'm sure I've read it here. And it was published in Haikuniverse. Insomnia haiku. 11 p.m. and I'm lying in bed with Mozart and reflux. True story. That's it.
Thank you, Cindy. Feel better. Feel better. It's been a Gear's gonna end off this first round. Gear, could unmute and share.
Hi, everybody. I'm in Mexico, so I'm an hour earlier than you are. I'm not going to read a poem about how pissed off I am at the United States. At the moment, I'm going to read a poem, sort of a nostalgic poem about meeting my first love. It's called Herb. You were someone else's fantasy until I come face to face with you, walking through a dark parking lot outside a dive bar. I'm 21, a baby adult. The year before, a psychiatric association and our government declared us legal. No more jail time for falling in love. No more electric shock therapy to change us into something we are not. Our freedom still precarious. I drop my guard when I see you standing in the darkness, grinning in incandescence. Our footprints etching patterns in the dirt. You in your blue velvet jacket, painter's pants, and chukka beads, and me, long-haired, bearded, speechless. The trees around the lot are changing. Oaks, maples, beeches, trying on new colors. And we are changing too. Even the evergreens have been transformed in your presence. I find words, my name and hello. I stretch my lips into a smile. My wounded self, can I survive joy? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gear. Okay, now we're going to have the first two features coming up now. Lucky I'm surviving with this today. Okay, we're going to have David Duffy, he's the first one. David Duffy is a Georgian-American award-winning poet and novelist. He is the founder of Poetry Orchestra and poet in residence for Brownstone Poets 2024-2026. His poem, A Sense of Purpose, is being sent to the moon by the Lunar Codex NASA and Brick Street Poetry in 2025. He was exiled from his native country in Georgia in 2017 and was granted political asylum in the USA immediately and indefinitely. His family, beloved wife, and 9-year-old son joined him in the US after 7 years of exile in 2023. He lives and works in New York City. Let's give a warm Brownstone welcome to David Duffy.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm going to read from my recently issued book. It's called Race Never Were, So Near As Now by Westbury Literary Group. And then after that, I will perform and share with you my Freedom Manifesto in 3 parts.
Could you show the book again?
Yes, right here.
Sorry. I don't see it. Keep talking.
And this is a Race Never Were, So Near As Now. The founding editor is a John David Haig, very brave and visionary man, who also published not mine, but great one and only Ronald Bremner's book. Congratulations, Ron. Okay, let's get started. I'm deeply honored to be featured as a poet in residence for 2026, I guess. What an honor. Thank you very much. The gift. In my childhood, I have had an ability to sing words in a very different way. If I was saying rose, people were feeling the smell of the rose immediately. By saying coffee, people were feeling the smell of fresh hot coffee. I lost that gift when I grew up, but I found it once again when I was miserable, left alone, left for dead. I said hope, and you appear sitting right next to me in the empty subway station waiting for a train. D-Train. D-Train moves from Brooklyn to Manhattan and back. There is always something to be made of loneliness. It's obvious you feel the same. We hear the strange sound of heartbeat, music. You hear the same sound of the same heartbeat. And maybe someone turns out pain in every sound of train. They kept your smile while the D train rushed over and over, taking us along between those golden shadows all around. Solitude unites. It breaks free. Hear me. Please hear me. Out from the noise. It is heroic to survive as breath buried deep in the claustrophobic darkness. Take a D train, baby. Wherever you go, take a deep breath. The way is long. Moving to the garden. We all go through the desert first. Streets. Looking at the streets, beauty needs to be seen. I know you're happy out there on the other side of emptiness. Yet the present is the choice which remains. In admiration, beauty. In poverty, wealth. And in silence, the sound. I will put the gun down. Who stands beside me matters more. I'll remember the second. On the other side of what was emptiness. I'll remember this present, but the streets will be alive again. only that which needs to be seen will be. Behind every droplet, waiting for the news, we are divided, spinning chaos into order, still living without the sense of what's buried deep within the night. Perhaps behind every droplet is a microcosm of purest energy, and behind that force, a window of hope, and behind each window, a smile, and behind the ringing of laughter, a tender kiss. For is not beyond each kiss a breath which is the throbbing heart of life? And there, right there beneath the rib cage, a wish, and deeper still, that lingering desire, for a moment realized, and beyond, farther beyond, the great flame which is eternity reckoned endlessly, until we begin to believe we may be. Hope. Listening to your voice on the other side of silence gives me the courage to lose sight and swim there. Your voice is hope, trusting the flow. It calls me now. We are what we hear. Doubt is deadlier, but fear cuts deeper than air, and I am not moving toward revenge. I forgive myself my own loneliness. It's hard to form. The Freedom Manifesto, Part 1, Breath, America. Breath of silent grace alone wrapped in quietude, divine simple truth, truth. There are too many truths in the world, we don't have a chance to be alone. In times of being put in cell, the true protest is imagination. In times of conformity, the true protest is loneliness. In times of stupidity, the true protest is beauty. In times of cacophony, the true protest is silence. In times of falseness, the true protest is hope. In times of stereotypes, the true protest is freedom. It keeps us together. But to be free, I should forgive. To forgive, I should be brave. To be brave, I must be noble. To be noble, I must be enlightened. To be enlightened, I should not be afraid. To not be afraid, I should believe. In times of global dishonesty, choosing to be a decent person, a truly original poet, is a radical act. I command chaos, torn into order. I command death, turn into life. I command war, turn into peace. I command darkness, turn into light. I command sorrow, turn into calm. I command noise, turn into silence. The secret of language is silence. The secret of silence is knowing. The secret of knowing is science. The secret of science is religion. The secret of religion is politics. The secret of politics is the truth. The secret of truth is belief. The secret of belief is love. The secret of love is understanding. The secret of understanding is language. The secret of language is silence. And silence is the answer to all our questions. Heart of the wind sinks deep within. It shows your spirit, you, untethered, free. Part 2, no more. We hoped decency would win one die. Where is that die? On the calendar, can you please show me? We try to understand each other, or forget that nothing lasts forever. See how it all falls away when we are no longer alive? We're ghosts amongst other ghosts, trying to recall all the promises we made. Children in the streets are dead again. After a Russian missile attack on the Ukrainian city of Kryvyi Rih. Sue me, heaven, do you hear us? Do you see us? Do you have enough places for dead children? How does it feel out there, angels, when children are dead on Easter week, right on the Palm Sunday? Angels, dear messengers, seraphim and cherubim, please, please wake God up and tell him immediately and louder that children are blameless. What's cool about the massacre of the innocents? What's cool about killing children with the ballistic missiles on the playground? What was said through the prophecies and prophets was fulfilled? Mothers are weeping for their children and refusing to be comforted because they are no more. Part 3. We're all the heart of America. Breath of silent grace, along wrapped in quietude. Divine, simple truth, America, my love. Each word, silent light, sightless. We reach through the dark with fingers for race, America, my way. I stood on water, giant sequoias swayed, and an angel and the eagle, and all of us flew. I dreamed you were here, America, my wish, America, my war, my family. Whispers in the leaves. Cosmic tradition. Eternity holds no past. Leaves pose times. Whisper, leaves fall. Mind's refuge in storm shadow. Blame the unseen hand. Nothing ends. Not yet. Till you return. Hear my voice, America. The reason my heart still beats. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, David. Thank you so much. Oh, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous reading so far. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, next we gotta have Pamela L. Alaskan. She taught children's writing and directed the Poetry Outreach Center at City College. She is the author of numerous books of poetry, children's literature, and fiction. She is a recipient of the International Fiction Prize from Leapfrog Press and 2 Freedom Through Literacy Awards. She received the Judith Room Freedom Through Literacy Board Options Prize in 2022 for her middle grades novel, What I Forgot to Tell You, forthcoming 2025. Well, it already happened. And again in 2023 for her current novel. She is currently collaborating with Ukrainian author Vasily Makhno on a YA verse novel, Wisteria and Weeds. Let's give a warm Brownstone welcome to Pamela Laskin. Take it away.
Thank you, Patricia, Roxanne, David, and Zora. I'm so glad to read with these 2 other writers and all the featured writers. Thank you for the audience today. And I was going to read, I noticed David had some hopeful poems. I was going to read a few hopeful poems, but then last night my friend sent me the Epstein files that came out yesterday. And I was so deeply disturbed, but more than that, I was so enraged. I didn't write about it yet. I don't know if I can. So some of these poems are my angrier poems. And I'm sorry to share them with you, but it's just the feeling now. But I'll end with an excerpt from What I Forgot to Tell You, which won the Judith Literacy Prize in 2022 and just came out. And it's a middle grade young adult novel about 2 neurodivergent people who fall in love. And that's how I'll conclude. So I'll conclude with a book that's a tad more hopeful. Thank you so much. And I start with Book Banning Week and Days in the Berkshires. Reams of leaves turn pages in bold, colorful defiance of his rule. Lakes, endless chapters, metaphors and meaning, deep in depth, he could never comprehend. Mountains peak in prayer. These stories, centuries old, are forever. As he wreaks whiplash with reckless words, the angry voice of ancestors burn him, his brethren, so books can breathe, be born once again. Halloween 2025. And these poems are all from a book I'm working on that I actually just completed called Monk's Scream. And I sent a chapbook version and a book version out to several contests, and we'll see what happens. And nothing may happen, as all of you as poets know. Halloween 2025, 1. Last year, you dreamed a princess costume, flowing trellises of purple covered in glitter like stars. Now the same stars cower in darkness, and Papa says, stay inside. 2, the trick is to figure out, with so many masked men, which ones are the worst monsters who will grab not just Mama, Papa, but you on the street and make you disappear like magic. 3, the hollowed orange pumpkin laughs. Who cares that children are crying? 4, the trees, stripped naked to the bone, remember other Halloweens where ashes and embers were their costume, when people hung from their limbs in a cage of fire. Brighton Beach, winter 2025. And I've been thinking a lot and writing a lot about my grandfather, Solomon Laskin, who really taught me the meaning of tzedakah and good deeds, and also was, much to my grandmother's chagrin, a bleeding liberal. And I thought he was also in that way my model. And he also loved Brighton Beach. Brighton Beach, winter 2025. A walk in winter once meant crashing waves, voices, a litany of languages. Like my grandpa, they had escaped countries that didn't want them. Here they shared stories of torturous escapes into the Goldena Medina, the promised land. Now the boardwalk splintered, silent, an empty beach, old men and women who once sat and kibitzed, sitting on benches, staring at the sea, are hiding. The wrong language, the wrong race, the wrong country, where even the seagulls look for another place to call home. And thinking of my grandpa, and my grandmother, Masha, who came from Russia, Mary Laskin, also made me think about Stephen Miller, whose grandparents happened to be survivors of the Holocaust. And I thought, where does this monster coming from? And so it's called Diagnosis, Stephen Miller, R.I.P. Alex Preedy. 1, a son no mother could ever love. Like Richard III, he sought a bloodbath of revenge with temporary amnesia that he would never have been in this country if his grandparents didn't escape the browncoats, who bashed in heads, shot children at gunpoint, relished a good appetizer of schizophrenic joy when dozens lay on the ground, emaciated, now dead. 2, now dead, Alex Preedy, beloved son, who his mom called a hero, and his sister said she could look up to as a savior. The VA patients he cared for loved him. Perhaps it was a complex, saving people, but better to be the man who throws his body over the woman who was dragged from her car, pepper sprayed in the face, bleeding on the ground, than the unloved man who relishes camps his family once came from. And the last poem, Waiting for Mama, a Hazel. I love Hazels. In the past 2 years, I've had 2 books of Hazels published by Dos Madres Press and Cervena Barber Press. And I keep on writing them. I can't escape them. And this is Waiting for Mama, R.I.P. Renee Nicole Good. He's crying for his mama and his stuffies filled with blood. Mama sings him songs at night, his stuffies filled with blood. He'll wait for Mama's special poem, his stuffies filled with blood. His other mama can't find words for the stuffies filled with blood. She tries the songs that make him smile, but no stuffies filled with blood. He cries, no one to comfort him, his stuffies filled with blood. He looks outside forever night with no stuffies filled with blood. Sleep can't come till Mama's home with his stuffies drenched in blood. And now to transition to a very different kind of book. And this is What I Forgot to Tell You. And I'll just read you a page or two and the back blurb. This is the book. It's on Amazon. It's being sold by Leapfrog. Apparently, I've heard hundreds of books were sold by Amazon, so that's a good sign. Jay wants to write a book. This is actually co-authored with Ellen Page Nelson. Ellen Page, actually, she doesn't use Nelson. And it's the story of her grown son who has autism and is married to a woman with Down syndrome. And the 2 of them live in a group home and have been happily married for 10 years. They're in their 40s, but this is a young adult book. Jay wants to write a book. He's autistic, and some say it will be hard, but he will write it anyway, about high school, friendships, family, and the girl he likes, Gil. Gil wants to fit in with the regular kids. She has Down syndrome, but in her first ever inclusion class, she feels she has a chance. She'll be in the school play, find a boyfriend, and attend the annual dance, even if she has to pretend she's someone she's not. As they navigate an ableist world, Jay and Gil learn that love is messy, being yourself is harder, and difference is nothing to hide. And I think in the light of what's going on with DEI now, this is the book of its time. Together, they discover that everyone deserves a chance to be seen and loved. And I'm going to read you just 2 short pieces from Jay's voice and one from Gil's voice. Prologue, Jay. When I grow up, I want to do lots of things, though my papa says you're intellectually disabled, ADHD, and autistic. It may be hard. He thinks it will be hard for me to write a book, and it probably will be. He does not want me to get hurt, which is why he says these things. I don't know what these things are. Intellectually disabled, ADHD, and autistic. I don't know what they are, but I will look them up in a dictionary. I just learned how to use a dictionary. Sometimes. I was in 8th grade when I learned. I just learned how to read. Sometimes I'm a little better now that I am in 9th grade. This is the first school I have been to where the teachers like me. So when I say to Miss Priscilla, I want to write a book, she says that's a wonderful idea. She doesn't laugh like some of my other teachers have, like Miss Nice, who wasn't nice, even though that's not how you spell her name. Mama is nice, but she is also sad. Maybe it's because she and Papa fight all the time. I think it's about me a lot, though less now that they got divorced. I will look up divorce in the dictionary. I'm going to skip. Oh, so you could hear one other section. Oh, I forgot to tell you, when I grow up, I am going to get married. This I know. J, this I know. When I was 6 years old, I rode the bus to school. It was a big yellow bus. I forgot to tell you, it picked me up in front of the house. There was this girl on the bus who always sat by herself. She had a round face, blue eyes, and blonde hairs. I didn't know how to do this, so I sat behind her. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jay and Jill, sorry. Jay fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. She turned around and stood up. My name is Gil, not Jill. I'm sorry. It's okay. She smiled but sat right down, even though I heard the chanting in the back of the bus. Cooties, cooties, cooties. I tried to ignore it, but the boys kept on chanting. Cooties, cooties, cooties. I forgot to tell you this. It finally got me mad. It made me scared. It hurt my ears. I put on my headphones and rocked back and forth and back until the noises stopped. And then there was silence. Chapter 3. I love silence. I have too little silence. My brain is like a car with too much noise. I do not know how to brake. And one thing from Gil. Let me get her voice. Gil. Sorry about that. Today was a tryout day for clubs and teams. I am going to try out for everything. But this boy keeps on bothering me. He says he likes me. I think what I have to do is to pretend I don't know him. He is on the bus again. He motions to me. I don't remember you, I tell him. You can sit next to me anyway. Okay, thanks. I walk to the back and sit alone. 9th grade, a new beginning. I may not even be friends with the other special needs kids in my class. I would rather sit alone. And the hopeful part of it is, in the end, the two of them not only end up going out, but in real life, the two of them end up getting married. Thank you so much for being good listeners.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And a lot of people can't get into Zoom for some reason. I don't understand what's going on. I'm getting messages that they can't get into Zoom. It's crazy. Thank you, Pamela. Excellent reading. Thank you, David Duffy. We're gonna have a break now, 15-minute break. Right now, I'd say start at 3 o'clock. We'll come back around 3:15, I guess. And I'm gonna read who's gonna be reading. Okay, we're gonna have after Zora. We're gonna have the rest of the open. That will be Ron Combe, Mona, Mike Zakovic, Susan Murray, Beth S.K. Morris, if they're here. I don't know. They're having problems coming in. Lynn Shapiro, Ruth Reisner, Danny Schott, Don Zarelli, Shazet Zare, Ernest Woodley, Mohammed, Billy Brown, Amina, Susan Line, Donna Olina, Tony Logan, Therese, Asia Zabad, Claire Argente, myself, and that's it. I don't know if Roxanne's going to read, but it's okay. Enjoy the break. Have yourself a cup of coffee, tea, and relax. And you can schmooze, unmute, and schmooze.
Let me see if I see Barbara.
I mean, a lot of people, there is a person named Weinstein who tried to get in. I mean, this is way after the reading started.
Oh, my friend Janet. I know who that is.
I mean, it's kind of late. I sent her the link, whatever, to watch. I don't know what to do. I cannot be monitoring the emails when I'm trying to host a reading.
Patricia, is there a limit to the number of people who can get on your sessions?
They can get on, but I would appreciate, it's very hard, I cannot get it on, after 12 o'clock, we have our cutoff time. We'll just send them the live streams after 12 o'clock.
Registration ends at noon. And we advertise weeks in advance, so people
Yes, you did.
People have plenty of time to sign up.
I mean, this is like a barrage of people. I mean, and there are people who did get the link, but they said for some reason, Zoom is not allowing them to come in.
Because they have to log in.
These are the regulars.
Well, nothing we can do about it.
I know. I don't know what to tell them.
Tell them nothing.
That's it.
That's it. They can watch the replay.
Yeah, I sent them the live stream, whatever. Not an easy month. Anybody with some cheerful news or anything? Nothing's cheerful today.
Well, you have a new book out, Patricia. That's cheerful news. Ron has a new book out. Amy has a new book out. Quite a few people have new books out. Or they had one published recently.
Mm-hmm.
It's just beyond me. I mean, I'm not going to belabor this, but Trump's name is in the Epstein files. I mean, so is Bill Clinton's, but he's there from the voice of a 13-year-old who he raped, okay, and other things. It's just, I just can't believe he's our president. I want to not write about political stuff all the time because there's other things in my life, but it's very hard not to.
I know that feeling. It's gone too far. I can't believe, it's somebody did finagle with the had to be, and I didn't trust that Elon Musk came on board.
He was in the files too, but
the idea of the rigging the election in the swing states, it didn't quite make sense. I question that.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm going to speak up a little bit from north of the border. Did you see our Prime Minister's speech from Davos?
Wonderful. Actually, that's a hopeful thing. His speech was so good and so wonderful. And that was great.
I was very, very happy to hear it and to see the reaction too. And he seems to be now facing down the bully. It's true that he's the little kid in the schoolyard compared to the power and the size and all the population in the States. But there has to be somebody to shout back. And he's very courageous and he knows his way around all the international leaders because he was the head of the Bank of England. He was the head of the Bank of Canada. He knows business. He knows people. He plays hockey. He's a really good,
very impressive. He was
really good prime minister.
He was a leader. He was a dignitary. I mean, it's not what we have, but let's just hope there's an election during midterms and in 3 years. Let's just hope.
Well, there ought to be an impeachment, but you tried that before a couple of times and it didn't work.
Twice.
Yeah.
And they're trying to impeach the head of ICE, the head of that woman.
Homeland Security. Yeah.
Homeland. Yeah.
What a piece of work.
And it's like the deliberations that's going on. It's incredible. After that insurrection on January 6th, 2 years ago, I can't believe what's going on. And if Democrats did that, they'd be in jail.
Forget it.
They'd be in jail.
Of course.
If Obama did that, inciting people to hit the Capitol building, oh yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. He would have been out on his ass.
I just want to say, being in Mexico, I keep meeting people who have been deported here, and they aren't criminals. They're all
of course they're not.
They're all hardworking people. there's exactly the kind of people that we need in the United States. You know,
It's racism. It's racism.
it's just
It is
racism.
racism.
And they're using the white people like what they did with Nicole Good
Yeah.
as an example. Because they probably had files on these people they're arresting. Even the guy with the healthcare worker, that guy who was killed.
Right.
They have files on people.
Yeah.
And they're targeting they're targeting a swing state. And I hear that they're attacking places in Brooklyn and in New York State.
Yeah. Listen, I keep this Substack now, and someone told me before I travel I should erase it, and I should, because it's like now I have not a lot. It's not a big thing. And I'm small potatoes. I think of myself as small potatoes, but every day I have new followers. It's just like a little over 100. But it's like, do you have to like watch everything you do now? Is that what our world has come to?
It's turning into the Third Reich. Nobody learns from history. And we had Holocaust Remembrance Day recently. And the same shit is happening now.
Yep. Well, that's why
That's how Hitler got into power.
That's why, to me, I had to write that Stephen Miller poem.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. That really tells it a lot. I came from Philadelphia originally, so this is really tearing me apart. You know, the way the Constitution has been entirely shredded. You know, one section after another, they are rejecting, and mostly because Trump himself is so ignorant. I doubt he's ever looked at it and thought about it, but he gets messages from people who are ready to ignore and be lawless. It's really it's very
really think that he is a puppet, that there are people behind the scenes.
I think so. Because he's
too
stupid. I mean, he's too stupid to. Plus, he changes his mind. Yeah.
He's too stupid, and he's ignorant. They just need somebody who can get the so-called popular. He's a populist president, whatever.
Well,
so-called populist.
Yeah.
No charisma that I know of, but whatever. I guess other people see that.
Yeah, not to me, but to his followers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I live in a neighborhood. They're for Trump. I have a friend I know from St. Bartholomew's Church. She moved to Palm Beach, Florida. I remember I had to take off her message on my because I wrote something about having the clearing. We need to have it cleared, and she said, "Well, Trump will take care of it."
Oh my God!
I had to delete her message. I wonder if I can block her. I'm just wondering. It's just she's an incorrigible Trumpster. An intelligent woman, I know in the arts she's for the gays and everybody, but and women's rights, but when it comes to.
But now, Patricia, because I think people are starting, there's been a shift, I think. Like, it seems like there's been a shift. You're hearing from people who are like, I didn't vote for this. I didn't vote for this. I didn't think, I really thought.
Because it's affecting them. It's affecting them.
And I think like hardcore MAGAs, maybe they won't change, but I think that independent people are really starting to say, is this the country I want? And I think that little boy Liam has resonated with so many people. Like seeing that little boy with his floppy rabbit ears and his spike. I think that's really, I think people are, except for the hardcore, nothing changes them.
No,
what about Congress? It has to be the Republicans in Congress. No, I mean, they see that there was senseless killings.
Right.
Those two.
Well, some of them are starting, apparently, like.
Only a few, not too many.
Not too many.
Right, but
Patty, I think we can go back to the reading.
yes.
Okay, it's 3:11. Okay, great. Okay.
I just want to make sure everybody gets a chance to read.
Okay, just give me the high sign.
We're ready to go.
Okay, terrific. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to round 2 of Brownstone Poets. Thank you for staying this long. Okay, we're going to come back with our third wonderful feature, Zora Zabad, and then the fabulous open mic. Zora Zabad is an Iranian storyteller, photographer, and poet writing in Persian and English. A recent NYU graduate, she is completing her MFA in creative writing at the New School. Her work appears in the Kenyon Review, About Place Journal, the Los Angeles Press, Soup Can Magazine, and New Generations Beat Anthology. Her poem, Nobarana, was named Poem of the Week by Beat Life Magazine. She has performed at Unnameable Books 2024, the NYPL 58th Street Branch 2023, and the 550 Garden 2024 for the East Midtown Partnership's World Poetry Day celebrations, and Cafe Lafayette during Jersey City Artist Studio Tour 2025. Let's give a warm Brownstone welcome to Zora Zadbod. Take it away.
Hello, everyone. It's truly an honor to be featured at the Brownstone Poets, which is one of the most beautiful and inspiring havens from the unbearable darkness of this world for me. And I'm deeply grateful to the warm and kind invitation of Patricia and the incredible support and generosity of Roxanne, who both have like golden heart, and I'm truly grateful for knowing them. And a special thanks to David, Pamela, and all the nice audiences that just joined today. I'm going to read 4 poems for you. The first one is called Winds of a Hushed Chord. Am I insane? No one really knows. The only truth I hold, what I'm staring at, neither perception nor a sense.
Oh, sorry.
I watch a white man, curly brown hair spilling over his browny shoulders, standing alone in Trader Joe's in the East Village. He speaks, I'll lose his words. Feeling like I'm with Farhad, the artist who I've dated on my trip to Isfahan. He painted over me once a month, turning me into a zesty canvas. Each time a new sun rises.
John, I'm sorry. Listen, I'm having a bad day.
I plays chess with an elderly Spanish lady in Prospect Park who darts the pieces, yet defeat, she won't admit the mark. Feeling like I'm talking to Shadi, the math teacher from high school days, the first to recognize my spark in the poetry of numbers. He charted my course toward engineering, crafted the poet I am today. I walk along 14th cross 5th wide span on the broad path where the crowd swiftly moves in the whirl of their hurried march. Feeling like I'm roamed through Tahrir Square, where weekend energy weaves through vibrant stalls, while Mount Damovan's peak, icy crown, pristine white, stands above the northern street. I wait at the QMTA alone. Music cuts through the rush of onlookers from the station speaker. Feeling like I drive, Radio Tehran speaks, often blues rolls in, then jazz plays in my car. They were all there. I couldn't help. Nothing is wrong with me. I only left home. And the second poem is called Beneath My Skin. I'm talking to my mom, 6,183 miles between us. In the middle of a casual conversation, I suddenly feel tears rising from every cell in my body, and any second they might splash onto the screen. I grab the TV remote and plop down on the two-seater sofa, wondering why I paid so much for it, since there is not a second-seated person here to occupy the other side. Not more than a few minutes into the movie, I found myself furious at how bladed the script is, cursing the filmmaker and every actor. Reclining on the sofa, I stare at the stark ceiling as if all my half-finished sculptures clung to it, marching like fresh troops, their boots drummed against the plaster. Each impacts as a hammer blow inside my brain. I place my hands over my ears to block the sharp pain traveling from my right temple to the left, and a bit sinking into the sofa, a millimeter with each exhale. The motion in sync with my pounding heart. I sink and the light around me starts to fade. I sink till my outstretched hand can no longer reach the TV remote on the coffee table. I'm in the morning shower, barely awake, when I notice a drop of blood from my inner thighs tracing a slow path, falling onto the bathtub. For the next poem, I want to share a poem that's part of a hybrid essay I've written as a tribute to Bahram Bezai, one of the towering figures in Iranian cinema, theater, and literature. He was not just a filmmaker, playwright, and a professor, but a huge, and powerful guardian of the Persian language and imagination. His contribution to preserving and evolving Persian across generations are immense. And for the last 15 years, he taught at Stanford University, shaping minds and continuing his legacy. He passed away around 40 days ago. The poem is called "The Radiance," to the radiance flame from Persia. And just in parentheses, Persia refers to the historic region of southwestern Asia, corresponding to the area that is now modern Iran. The poem is called "To the Radiance Flame from Persia." My words fall silent when it comes to writing about you, who wove the Persians' honeyed words side by side in your plays, books, and films so delicately, letting the fragrance of this gem entrusted to us rise as a sound of extraordinary charm. Shall this secret treasure ever again witness a guardian as devoted as you? Your friend Amir Naderi once said, since you came thousands of miles away from your home, you are like a fish out of water. That's how deeply the mythic heritage of ancient Persia permeates every particle of your being and speaks through your mission in this life. And I'm in awe that you, so far from water, were absorbed in teaching, writing, and spreading your shine through your surroundings like light that gained itself significance from you. No sunset nor any eclipse across infinite skies can ever dim your beam from us, as you preserve a line from the travelers. In the memory of the era you are absent, these lines belong to ourselves, who once walked the world in a separate body. And how much more meaningful it is that you left us on your birthday and were born anew. The timeless glow of your creations with utmost generosity will spread the stunning beauty of Persian literature and art far and wide. As your presence will cast its brilliance over us, as long as the earth remains unshaken, may the highest heaven house your blessed spirit in peace. And for the last poem, it's called One Piece After Another Falling. Tiny, tiny, brilliant epsilons tailor the air with silver intent. Weaving the radiant began when you called me my beautiful one. Looking for a charming place to kiss. Your velvet tongue got along, solid sparkles leaning, reading my curves, interpreting my beats, teaching rhythm of me, naked, glassy, tracing my blood, winding through vessels, the pulse learned to whisper my name. You move the train of my flesh, ignites the flow, gentle glow reflects the mystery, though we are incapable of counting stars. Thank you very much. Patricia, you're muted.
I'm getting nasty. I got a nasty message from someone who left the reading, who claimed I ignored him.
Boy. I'm so sorry, Patricia.
I'm ready to throw the towel in. I've had a bad month, and I really am not.
You know, Patricia, you're very kind.
I don't think it was nice, and I called him back. I had to walk out.
Yeah, it wasn't nice.
I'm being bombarded with texts and emails. Oh, I can't get on. Oh, I can't get on.
I know.
But Patricia, people are out of their minds now. Really,
I'm tired.
But it's so easy to get into a fight with anyone.
Well, my guess is every single person here has a deep appreciation for what you do. There are the screwballs, I mean, they could be nice people, but they're screwballs. And when you have this kind of role with so many people, you just have to not
I do not ignore people. Anybody has a problem, please let me know. And don't send me private messages because I'm going from this and that and this and that.
No.
And then emails and then texts.
No one finds that, Patricia. I
can't split myself into 5 people.
Patricia, it's him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Patricia, you just have to let it go.
We appreciate you.
I just wish this fucking
We all
was
do.
over.
We'll talk about it after. Talk about
okay,
it after the Zoom.
Whoever did not read in the last round, please let me know. Because I've been always scrambling, putting people here, people have to leave that. I mean, come on, I'm only human.
Patricia, you're wonderful. We appreciate you very much. I think everyone in the general has learned a lot.
Is Peter here? Is Karen here?
I don't think so.
Is Phil Lynn's here? Is Larissa Smilo here?
Phil is on. Phil is on.
Okay.
Phil is
Ron
on.
here.
Thank you, Rox.
Mona's not coming. Is
I'm here.
Mike Chakoric here?
Don is here. I don't think Don is read yet. Don Zarelli.
Okay. Is Beth here? Beth Morris here? I can't keep.
No, she can't get on. She couldn't get on.
Okay.
She
Lynn
forgot her
Shapiro's
password.
here. Ellen DeFalco, I know can't come. Ruth here. Danny Schott, Don Zarelli. Sharad here. Ernest here.
I think Danny is left.
Okay. Ernest here. Mohammed. Billy Brown.
Billy's here.
Yeah. Suzanne.
Ruth is here.
Suzanne.
Susan,
Bruce? Is there a
Susan
Bruce?
Murray is here.
Who?
Susan Murray is here.
Yeah. Donna is here. Tony Logan's still here.
Yes.
Therese still here?
Therese is left.
No, I'm here.
Are you still on?
Claire here?
I think
Yes,
Claire
I'm
is,
here. I'm
Claire
here.
is here. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna start with whoever I missed out. Phil, please start, and after Phil will be, I guess Larissa Smiling is not here, right?
No.
Okay, I guess after Phil will be Ron Combe. Okay, Phil, take it away, please. Thank you. One
Thank
poem
you.
each, please. You gotta keep it 2 minutes.
Sure. It's called Lunch with Jack for Jack's sake. Metro Diner is first time here. Jonesing for that potato soup. I ordered a bowl. So go through it rapidly, greedily. I tell myself to slow it down. So good. More a thick stew than a soup, topped liberally with cheddar and salt and scallions. I thought of the burger bowl, had it before, was okay, but the chicken parm was highlighted, seemed worth trying. Jack thought oatmeal first, wasn't sure, asked about pancakes, ordered them, since he brought his own personal bottle, light pancake syrup, with him to the diner. A dark clouds over Jack today, knees, back, shoulders, teeth, so much hurting, so much pain, and I'm powerless to help, to change. I listen, allow him to vent. Just a bad time physically for him now. I brought a play, some poems. I read my own and those of others, Stafford, Williams, a small distraction. 144, he's got PT to go to along with the ugliness of 202. I linger over coffee, write 14 lines, the first poem of the year. Lunch with Jack. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Next one, Ron Combe, please.
Hi, and you're wonderful, Patricia.
Thank you. I'm just shaking. I'm just shaking. I'm sorry.
I know you're wonderful. The winter issue of the Cafe Review just came out. Death is a soldier. What he really is a middle-aged guy wearing a MAGA cap who collects tons of books on military history and dreams what the world would be like if Hitler had won the war. He sits in a neighborhood bar knocking back vodka tonics, watching TV. Every time he looks up at the screen, something happens. Leon Musk attacks Social Security. Trump opens his mouth. Death nods knowingly and continues to drink as these disasters occur in real time. Even as he stares at his now empty glass and wonders whether he should order another, his mind is skimming over a list of the living. And whenever it stops on a name, that person gets picked up by ICE and is instantly deported. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Next one is, Joni's not here? Okay. Ron Combe already read. Susan Murray, and after Susan will be Lynn Shapiro. Susan, unmute and share.
Yes, this is a new one called Bacon and Eggs. I know exactly where you are right now. You're sitting in a booth at the Greasy Spoon down the street, eating breakfast without me. A daily ritual that feeds your solitude and your belly. Wish I could join you, but you didn't invite me to my favorite meal of the day. You rushed out at sunrise, forgetting your gloves, in the dead of winter. Too much intimacy to contain? I see you chewing on your bacon and eggs, the way you chew on my interior. Your imprint still warm on my bed. That's it.
Thank you so much. Next one is.
Did you say me, Patricia?
I'm going through this list. It's very hard to read this
Lynn
list.
is next.
Yeah, you said me.
Thank you, because this list is terrible now.
Take a deep breath. Okay.
And after that would be Ruth and Don Zarelli.
Okay. On the evening of Alex Preddy's death, I find a bag with all kinds of candles that my late husband set aside for emergencies. The first one I try won't light. I take my mother's yahrzeit, thinking the glass will help with the wind. I put on a hat and coat, but no scarf. I'm afraid with a candle, and stand on the stoop, surrender to the night's solemnity. The moon is a blur. Snow is coming. The street is empty. Across from me, an American flag is flying. I know whose flag it is. and that he has a different take on our times. I have a flag too, taped to the glass on my front door, upside down. Mayday, Mayday. The wind snuffs out the candle.
Thank you. Ruth, please share. Unmute. Thank you. The next will be Don Zarelli, Sharazare, Ernest Woodley, Mohammed, Billy Brown, Suzanne, Donna, Tony,
Claire.
Therese. Okay, go ahead.
I think we need Claire.
She's at the end, please.
Okay.
Ruth, please read. Ruth? Ruth, are you there? Is she there? Then I have to move on to somebody else. Ruth is not here?
Ruth is not reading. Ruth just came to hear me. She's my relative.
Okay, thank you, because I'm just showing her name.
And I think Donna won't be reading either. You know, also someone who came to hear.
Donna won't be reading? Okay, thank you. If anyone whoever's not reading, please let me know, because it's such a long list and a lot of scribbles. Okay, Don Zarelli, please unmute and share.
Hello. Trish, I salute you, and I salute everyone who tries to organize poets. This is called Attending Each Other's Funerals. It is for Gene Myers, and I assure you neither of us are dead yet. Section 1, Gene's funeral. The widow has thoughtfully asked me to read a poem. I somehow managed to trip on your coffin. I forget to take off my sweater, which is too casual for this occasion, and the microphone is not at my height. I say something, too loud, about the left side of a maple, and only then decide to lift the mic, which I cannot do. I apologize and stoop over it like a cartoon vulture, continuing in dark branches who claim ownership of sky polygons. In a moment of silence, Sarah adjusts the microphone to my height. The parts of her that are not a black dress appear as clouds over my poem, which ends like a ramp, requiring from me and everyone listening a certain speed. And part 2 is my funeral. You are late because of snow. Most eulogies have been delivered. Cousins say their piece, and then the question is asked, would anyone like to speak? You toast me from where you are, spilling stars. The people lean in, a whisper flicks their ears. The afternoon arcs frog-like. Thank you, that's it.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. Anyway, it's all settled. It's water under the Brooklyn Bridge. He did read. It was just too much, a cryptic message when he left. Because it sounded like it said ignoring, but I did not. He did read. Okay. Thank you, Don. Thank you for sharing. Okay, next person is Shazed Zare. You want to read?
Hi, I'm only an audience, but I wanted to say thank you for having me. I was just texting Zohre, who invited me, that these people are lovely. I wish I could see them in person. I also wanted to say thank you to Patricia. Yesterday I had a problem with registration, and it was unbelievable how fast you responded to me. So thank you. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Okay, Ernest, want to read? Ernest Woodley? Is he still here? Ernest? I guess he's not here.
Ernest is here. He just needs to unmute.
Ernest, please unmute.
Yeah. Okay, I got it.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. All right. Good afternoon, people. All right. In the theme of MLK month, I'm reading this poem called Fist in the Air. Fist in the Air has as much meaning today as it did in 1969 at the Olympics. Let's break the strength of our oppressors and put our fist in the air. We got a man up, we got a woman up, we got to stand up to the haters. Haters trying to infringe our personal space. Haters trying to remove breath from our bodies. Stop the bad police from making us say, I can't breathe more than 10 times. Let's turn that phrase from I can't breathe to I can breathe. So we can live another day, to put our fist in the air, to rise up and fight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome back. Mohammed, you want to read? Is Mohammed here? Hey, Mohammed. I'm going to move on. Billy Brown, unmute and share.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to read a very short poem by Li Po, a Chinese poet who was translated by the new poet laureate of the United States, Arthur Z., who lives in New Mexico, where I'm from. The poem is called, it's just Li Po. Jarred, the oars creaked in their blocks, fish beneath the moon, cradled his pen filled with wine, a goddess stirred, rocked the cradle of his boat, let the silent fish know a dreamer's silver hands were at work. Thank you. Arthur Z., Poet Laureate of the United States.
Thank you so much, Billy. Come again. Nice to hear you. And thank you again for accepting my poems. Okay, Billy Brown, and we have Suzanne Wayne. You want to unmute and share? Suzanne, are you still here?
Well, she's left.
Okay.
I don't see her on the screen.
Okay, great. Tony, I know Donna's not going to read. Tony, you want to read?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Thank you.
Okay, this one's in honor of Valentine's Day, sort of. Bagpipes. You come to my door, exquisite warlock, sent of Flatbush underworld. Do have your feast. Flex your strength. Drawn from black lace of the realm. After you've gone, post pillow and pre-joust. Still in repose, I hear bagpipes and shape myself into a question mark for sweet relief.
Thank you. Okay, Therese, you want to read?
Yeah, thanks. I'm just finishing my little comment. Okay, thanks. This is something that is in Finn's video where he had asked people from all over the world to, could I share so people could see it?
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Well, I could just read it. I was anyway, nobody chose Vatican City because nobody lives there. So I chose it. And the thing that came up, and the reason why I say this, introduce it, is this thing, North Star, kept coming up. And I thought, North Star, what's North Star? You know, what does that have to do? And anyway, it became part of the poem. And I also note that Minneapolis and Minnesota is the North Star state, you know, and their flag has the North Star. So, and I also pointed out in his video in November that the encyclicals are really what Vatican City follows. And that was followed in January by the Pope saying that the encyclicals of Vatican II are our North Star. So I just thought the synchronicity was really interesting. So anyway, it's called Vatican City, our North Star. I recall my mother's face as we sat around our kitchen table telling the stories of the grace she felt, seeing the eyes of our guide, Pope Pius, in the procession passing by her, sitting on a golden throne in Rome to remind each and all of us of our value. She had lived her life of sorrows and joys with the Vatican, her home away from home, and she relied on this North Star as her guide. Love your neighbor. Forget and forgive. Seek the bread of life daily, being transformed as we live for others. Yes, that is my mother, who celebrated things big and small, engaging her children in it all. The papal blessing hanging on our wall at home celebrated our parents' 25 years of marriage. My mother's heart broke observing Pop, our dad, so sad in the telling, with his eyes downcast, staring at the floor, sitting by our front door, awaiting his family, who never came. Mom lifted his spirits, filling our home with treats that day, greeting many family and friends who found their way to our home to celebrate with them. My mind returned to those treasured moments while sitting with new friends, women who work throughout our world, standing with the underserved and the oppressed. They were the best of our Catholic community. Now, sitting all together, awaiting Pope Francis, a profound spirit arose within me of gratitude for them forever. How did this single mother with no resources arrive at such a wondrous encounter? All together, as Catholic women speak, we shared our hopes and spoke in our book of our experiences. We shared with our bishops, hoping for a vote in the synod. Now, we have a vote, and representation and synodality will carve a path from our past to include us all at last as the Spirit speaks through us. I cannot leave out the marvelous Italian cuisine we shared, and gelato underestimated in the great fanfare of pasta and pizza. Yet long before the printed word was available, our tired hearts were lifted up to the ceiling, soaring high above us all in this place, with the magnificence of artists investing their being, illuminating this grace. Our precious jewels were to be found underground, in the catacombs, with lives that tell our history. They are our glory and tell the story of the flow of love in and among us. Their fervent hearts could not accept vacant powers and their disconnect from one another. Their mother, ever present, intercedes until this day to guide each and all of us in the human family on our way. Hiding within this wall of the city, our glory, to guide and lead us all into global and communal love incarnate as our North Star. We are human after all, and that is our glory. That is our story. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
We have all followed the North Star shining on Vatican City. Far from home across the sea, yet home for each of us is here. Our North Star reminds us that we are frail. In spite of how we lose our compass and our vision, despite our fears, we are led back in our confusion to the gospel over and over down the centuries. You see, the toll of the bell in Vatican City stands to remind us all of the vision enshrined in our papal encyclicals guiding us in our plight so that we might transcend human frailties and crimes against humanity. The pull of grace is ever present here, and when disgraced, we recall our need to reconcile. Receiving ashes once a year makes it clear we must surrender. For at our center dwells eternal love, and with forgiveness we walk with divine benevolence, strengthening us to love, who leads us as our North Star. Thanks. That's it.
Thank you so much. Okay. Claire, welcome back. Want to read? Claire?
Yes, I'm here. Hello, everybody. I have a piece called Snow. As I step out the door, the whole road is covered with snow, white as a feather or as a mantle of wool. My foot sinks in the thickness below, all the way to the ankle. A scrunching sound accompanies each step I make. Dozens of footprints of different sizes, shapes, and patterns intermingle in the snow. The traces and signs of various paths, lives, and purposes. Some long, big feet, some tiny and thin, mingling and clearly drawn on the snow like a collage. The spots of bare ground protected from the snow by bent trees hanging above them like attentive friends. Every sound and usual noise is muffled by the delicate falling of the flakes. Limits, boundaries, and the usual clarity of the city are blurred and almost vanished. Times and places are now unimportant and froze under the perfect whiteness falling like a blessing. a pause in time, an intermediary step between here and there, now and then. Everything gleams in the grateful streets in awe and appeased, gawking silence at the spectacle that gives a taste of what infinity looks like. The city is dreaming. I walk in its dream. Trees' branches collect the snow like cupped hens, sacrificing themselves to protect what lays beneath, like a bird would cover its nest against the cold. There's no need to speak in such perfection. Just observe and listen to the silence of the snow falling. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome back, Claire. Okay, did I miss anybody here who wants to read? Please let me know. Anybody else? Well, anybody else want to read? Did I miss anybody?
Did Richard read?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
That I remember.
Okay.
I'm just so tired, honey. Okay, I guess it's my turn. I'm going to read something, one poem. It was just taken by the Goddess Beat Anthology called Condemned. Stitches heal, but unseen scars never do. They demand your memory, never forgetting the ridicule for being born different, for denying the herd, for every mistake or misfortune. Karma is absolute, unforgiving. But what was your crime when you walked in someone else's shoes, in another body, city, or country? Why was your memory stolen at birth, sticking you with the new now and future? Who will judge you when the atmosphere claims your last breath? Why do unseen scars follow your demise, push for another ride to nowhere, deeper into rejection, shame, regret, and despair? The condemned have no voice, no power to fight back until the scars decide to leave and you are laid to rest. This goes with the whole mood, the way I'm in. Roxy, do you want to read? Are you okay to
No, I'm
read?
going to pass.
Okay, honey. Okay, thank you, everybody. I want to give a Brownstone shout out to David Duffy, Pamela Laskin, Zora Zabod to the open mic. And come back next month. We're going to have Black History Month on February 28th. Prince A. McNally, J.P. Howard, and Tantra Zawadi will be reading. So Black History Month. And please, registration ends at 12 noon on the day of the reading. Because, you know, I can't, this was like incredible what was going on after 12 o'clock today.
After 2 people were registering.
I know.
Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Brownstone Poets
everyone.
forever.
Thank you. And
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
and
everyone.
congratulations to all the people with the new books and those who are interested in
Thank you.
sensibility. Please check it out. I'll be posting later on. I know I posted on Facebook and Instagram and other places. I know I got to send the email out. No rest. I'm so glad this month is over.
All right.
Thank you,
Roxy.
thank you, Zora, for inviting me.
Patricia, there's a Yiddish folktale, and it says, an old Yiddish folktale. My grandpa always used to say, it could always be worse. I said, don't say that, Grandpa.
Please. I know.
Thank you, Roxy. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you.
Deeply honored.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everyone.
David.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Very good
Bye.
Thank
reading.
you.
Dora, thank you to all
Thank
Hope
our
for the best, expect the worst.
Thank you. Just not my best day. Sorry.
Well,
Take it
you
easy.
ran a good reading. It was a great reading.
Thank
That's
you.
all that matters, right?
Thank you.
And we heard great work and wonderful poetry. As Zora said, it's a time of joy.
Thank
Just
you.
hearing the work.
Thank you.
Right?
Great, Pam. Great.
Okay. Thanks,
Great
everyone.
hearing everybody.
Stay
Thanks,
warm,
everyone.
folks.
Bye.
Yeah, it's freezing out there. Ugh.
Take
Bye,
care.
everyone.
Another day locked up
Bye.
in the house.
Thank you, everyone. This is
Bye, everybody.